Before the bright lights, before the rankings, before the $1 million contracts, before the league, this is where it starts. Grassroots basketball. I've gathered the best teams in the nations, the best players in the nations, and put them all in a gauntlet. But I'll be controlling 4 programs, the nation's best. 1 season to prove who really runs high school basketball. Now let's go to New York and visit Luhigh. And the number 2 player in the nation, Zay Tucker. Now I'm not gonna lie, Zay's a bucket. He could do a little bit of everything. He could pass, he could shoot, he could actually shoot any shot he wants. And the way Zay scores is kind of disrespectful. He's known to put on a show wherever he goes, but what else can you expect from a New York guard is what they do. But Zay's a little different because he's really a pass-first guard that could just get on that rim. Like, you really think LaMelo Ball, Dylan Harper build, but he's a little bit more bouncy. And you know what they say, you're only as good as the people around you. So luckily for Zay, he's surrounded by some dogs. Let's start with number 3, number 4 player in the nation, BJ Johnson. BJ does all the little things, rebounds, block shots. He's a great roller, great touch around the rim. Luhigh's not the same team without a guy like BJ, a winner. BJ's had to work for everything he's ever gotten in life, and it reflects in his play. Second chance points, defending the paint. Everyone needs a teammate like BJ. But now let's get to the microwave of the team. D-Love, that boy number 0, David Love. David Love comes from the Rob Dillingham, Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson type mold. Instant bucket, instant offense. Like, that's what he's there for. And if you let him get hot, it just might be curtains. One of the most clutch players and just a big time shot maker. D-Love is instant offense and great for any team to have. But let's talk about the heart and soul of this team. The young bull, Rasim Kemp. See, while the big 3 were doing their thing, Rasim was in the shadows lurking, learning, and applying. And this year, he's ready to put it all together. See, Rasim's the type to pick you up full court, dunk on you, and then on the other end, send that shit out of bounds. It's crazy. He's a pit bull, star in the making. And the fact that he doesn't have to be the number 1 option, so he could just lock up, hit some open shots, and then when it's his night, his teammates are more than capable of getting him the ball so he can have a career night. Luhigh's the type of team to pick you up full court at 8 o'clock in the morning. Some dogs. And with Zay at the helm, they're looking to go back to back. Let's go to OTE, meet the number 1 player in the nation, Trell Demado. Trell's cocky, arrogant, but it works in his favor. And I don't think there's a shot that Trell shot that he hasn't liked. But can you blame him? He has a bag. Leading EYBL in scoring at 38 points a game, Trell got ranked number 1. Ahead of Jordan, ahead of Zay. But it's rightfully so, because Trell came from nothing. I'm talking nappy hair, holes in his socks, holes in his shoes. When he stepped on the court, it didn't matter. It was just straight bag work. And his showing at EYBL must have been enough, because it got OTE calling. It got his stock up. And after that, NIL started hitting. No more nappy hair, no more holes in shoes. Price went up and confidence went up. Now let me introduce you to one of the lesser known people in this series. Junior Cotton, big guard out of Duncanville. Coming from Puerto Rico, Junior was unnoticed for a lot of his life. Too tall to be taken seriously as a guard, but too smooth to be a post player. They called him an anomaly, they didn't know where to put him. But then, they put him at point guard. They haven't looked back since. His poise, the way he could control the game, he give you that old guard feel, that penny feel, a real triple-double threat. But a real threat from triple, that boy Nick Mendoza. Not only does he shoot at a high clip, his clip shoots fast. He has one of the fastest burners in the whole league. He's probably the best shooter. Holding down the paint and the perimeter is big man Julian Sharp, probably the most versatile big in this whole league. And Duncanville's probably the most balanced team. Now introducing your main character, Jordan Billups. JB is a 6'7" small forward shooting guard, and he's basically been a 5-star his whole life. And shit, you can see why. He's nice. But lately they've been disrespecting JB, bringing him number 3 when he's been number 1 his whole life. But after losing the championship to Luhigh last year, his rank had dropped. So you know JB's on that get back this year. And at first glance, you might think that JB plays a little bit like Paul George, but if you were to ask him, he plays like Tatum. Just a tall wing, and he shot's a good shot, and at the end of the day, he's a winner. Speaking of get back, Jordan's one of the best scorers in the nation, if not the best. But he knows that he can't do this alone, so he had to make a few phone calls. The first phone call was to his point guard Ty Hendricks. Ty's one of the most shifty people on planet Earth. And you combine that with a soft touch around the rim and vision like no other, then you get one of the best point guards of the nation without a doubt. See, Ty and Jordan, they grew up playing AU together, so their chemistry is like no other. They've been through countless wars together, so they obviously know where one person's going to be at all times. See, Ty's not the best shooter, but one thing about Ty is he's going to play make, facilitate, control the offense, and on defense, that boy's going to lock up. And speaking about locking up on defense, I got a 6'9" lock on the wing. My boy DJ, 4'5", Derrick Jones. It seems like every game DJ's doing something crazy that just makes me go like, wow. And DJ's one of those wings that really thinks he's a guard, but everyone knows he's a wing. But shit, can you blame him? He got a bag. With Ty and DJ on his team, Montverde's really looking to make a huge run this year and capture that illustrious title, but it's not going to be easy because there's dogs in this universe. But you know what they say, to be a king, you gotta kill a king. How poetic is it that the first preseason game was Luhigh versus Duncanville? 5 stars everywhere. A team trying to defend their crown versus a team that's hunting for the crown. And of course this game started with some defense. By who else? Rasim Kemp, that pit bull. He got the steal, dribbled it full court and hit Zay for 3. And you know that's swab. And then on the way down, more Luhigh defense. It's that gritty, tough-nosed defense. And they pushed in transition. Zay goes for a fade and 3 and hits it in JC's mouth. But I know JC ain't like that because he came down spin move, pump fake, and boomed on both their big men. And that must have woke JC up because he's coming down court and won with the Euro. But I guess JC woke up Zay because he came down, snatched back, and then boomed it on JC. You already know that Zay's going to put on a show regardless, no matter where he is. But JC's coming down and booming on his big man again, showing no remorse. But what if I told you neither of them were the leading scorer of this game, and it was that man right there, Rasim Kemp, that young boy. I guess playing defense turned him up because he started cooking, and JC came down and found his shooter Nick Mendoza. Well, he wasn't going to let Nick have all the fun as he comes down and goes for a floater and nails it, a much needed bucket. But Zay came down and said, I got a shooter too, and finds D-Love for a much needed 3. And I guess that's all he needed because he came down and threw a dime to BJ Johnson, who finished at the rim right over Julian Sharp, which is crazy. And down the stretch it would get a little spooky as Zay and Rasim would hook up for a lob, and they would get a stop and Rasim would come back down and get another bucket. And to add insult to injury, D-Love will find BJ on a fast break right before half, extending their lead to 8 going into the half. But coming out of the half, more Luhigh defense, which leads to easy Luhigh offense. And at this point of the game, JC was trying, but there wasn't much he could do. Luhigh was clicking on all levels. Even their shooter had to get in his bag to score. And even though he managed to score, I don't know if that game plan is efficient enough to rely on for 4 quarters. And once Duncanville adapted to the pick and roll, Luhigh went pick and pop. And when their big men is hitting 3s, along with their guards hitting 3s, it's curtains. But JC's gonna keep trying, gonna keep fighting. But it was too little too late as their microwave got started. D-Love for 3. And then, with about a minute left, another 3 for game. Even though Luhigh won this game, JC would end up leading all scorers with 42 points and also dropping 10 assists against the defending champs. So it's only right that his ranking shot up to number 6. But on the other side, those boys went to work, especially Rasim Kemp, dropping 37, and his point guard, Zay Tucker, added 26 points and 18 assists. And to add insult to injury, their big man had 32 points in a 132-108 win.